Here we go. Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys another cast. This is going to be from Star Series, shifting tournaments over here, watching zNation versus Moscow 5. So, in the last game we just covered, that was the best of two set between Moscow 5 as well as Darer, and they had a very early give-up period. That was about like 20 minutes and 15 minutes into the game, and Moscow 5 just left, or at least some of their players did, apparently with frustration that they were so far behind. And I think the game was, they were moderately behind, but not to a point, I think, where it was worthwhile to leave the game. So we'll see if that happens again. As you can see, there's a fancy little zNation flag on the map. Congrats on them for actually setting that stuff up. It's very important, actually. So far, I've not seen two teams set this up correctly, but it's part of their profile here. As you can see, they have flag setups, and you can set up flags on the map as well. It's pretty cool. And I forgot to shut my windows, so I'm going to do it right now. But I'm still getting commentary, because I have a microphone that can pick up my sound. So let's see. We have a Nature's Prophet Ban, an Invoker, and a Brood Mother, which is going to leave not only a Shen, but a Leshrac, a Brewmaster, a... what else? What are the good heroes? Chaos Knight hasn't been picked up yet today, surprisingly. But may now. We'll see. Hopefully the game goes well. Fingers crossed. Alright, so yeah. Leshrac missing. Nature's Prophet is banned. Chaos Knight's a possibility. Brewmaster is a possibility. I pretty much expect to see Moscow 5 most likely draft Leshrac and or Shadow Demon, but I know zNation is also a fan of some of those similar styles. zNation is a Russian team. Moscow 5 is also a Russian team, primarily. So, could go a couple different ways. Man, chat is going crazy today. No idea what you guys are talking about over there. A lot of time being spent, as it will be a Chen ban. Another hero that I forgot. Chen and Enchantress. And one more ban to go before we get into the picking stage. First pick goes to zNation. Moscow 5 gets to return with 2 after that. And are they going to ban Enchantress? Are they going to let zNation take the enchant? They may not. They may. If it's not enchant, I think Leshrac is definitely first pick material. Chaos Knight. I'm so surprised they didn't ban Chaos Knight. That was a very interesting point. And Panda as well. Panda also didn't make it through. Just didn't really fit with their lanes, I guess. That's like my expectation on the setup. And they're taking a lot of time. They're actually burning all the way down to their bonus time at the moment. So some valuable time being spent here. But this pick does determine a lot. They have to cover their bases a little bit. And it's going to be a Beastmaster, surprisingly. This makes me think they might draft something like an Anti-Mage. Beastmaster is almost never banned this early in the first round. I don't know if zNation just plays the hero a lot, or if there's something up their sleeve, but this is more likely a ban to cover, there's another hero I forgot about, Darkseer, is to cover them after they pick their 2 heroes. And Moscow 5 may just do a Leshrac Shadow Demon. The problem with that dual lane, well, the strengths of it is it's really strong in a dual lane because you can kill the opponent hero a bunch. But the problem with it is if you don't get kills, your first 2 picks have been wasted. I mean, Leshrac and Sag King both have good potential in the mid to late game, but it's not the same as having like an Anti-Mage or a Darkseer. Like their strength in the late game or in the mid game aren't just simply, they're not as good, in my opinion. So if you don't, I mean, they're strong for their early laning. So if you don't make them really strong in the early laning, then you're messing up. So they are going to Sand King. They're going to Sand King Leshrac. Chaos Knight goes to zNation. So that's going to give zNation also some very strong dual lanes. Maybe zNation can actually beat this SK Leshrac dual lane. But it's going to be a Venno and a Chaos Knight and a Darkseer for zNation's picks. So 2 heroes we haven't seen. Actually, everybody on zNation is heroes we haven't seen yet today. Venomancer, Chaos Knight, and Darkseer. Darkseer is the man at turtling. Vacuum as well as Wall of Replica all are very useful. Chat is crazy. Chat's crazy, man.
10 seconds remaining.
You guys. Alright, Enigma finally picked up for Moscow 5 now, grabbing all of the AoE heroes. Leshrac, Sand King, and Enigma, so they're going to have a very strong team fight. The scary part for them, though, is that Chaos Knight. That's the hero I'm looking at where I'm like, and Darkseer as well. Darkseer's Vacuum ulti is scary. Moscow 5 is going to ban on Ancient Apparition because that combo with Chaos Knight is very strong. You stun with the Chaos Knight, he drops the Cold Feet down, and then that's 2 stuns usually. Especially with Reality Rift, you can pull them closer to the Cold Feet. So that would be, it's a smart ban. Also very good at counter pushing, and the minus heal from Ancient Apparition can also be very useful. So all really good stuff to get out of there. One more ban to go for each team, and finally we get into the picking stage. The second round picking stage. zNation could do a Venomancer Chaos Knight. It's a possibility. It's not the strongest lane. It doesn't have multiple disables, but in terms of solo killing potential, that's great. That'll cover a lot of their bases. But I don't think they want to lane that against the Leshrac Sand King. I think they're better off putting a really safe solo there, who's preferably just not going to die. And he maybe won't get a lot of farm as well, but I think Chaos Knight Venom has the possibility to get outlaned by a Sand King and a Leshrac. So I think that would be wiser. If they just put that somewhere else, they let their strong dual lane dominate some other solo, and that would be the safest way to go. Windrunner is still not drafted yet. Was Windrunner banned last game? I don't even remember if Windrunner was banned. It was a weird picking game for sure. Windrunner not banned. That would be a good long lane solo for Moscow 5. They're going to ban also a Lich, which would have been a good way to shut down the Sand King Leshrac. It's actually a very popular way to try to shut down that dual lane. It's just by having somebody to sacrifice. You win your lane there. So now Windrunner will be drafted. We'll see if Windrunner perhaps goes mid to be the safe one. Might be the case, actually. Windrunner is a hero that almost always does long lane solo, but this game zNation drafts him in addition to the Chaos, or the Darkseer. Darkseer may do the long lane, he could jungle, but pretty much every game that we do see Darkseer, he does a long lane solo. He's actually able to usually grab more last hits than a Windrunner is, just be able, because he can put down the Ion Shell and get last hits that way.
Reserve time.
So one more pick coming from Moscow 5 here. Before we're on to the last of zNation, are they going to grab a hard carry? They need some kind of carry potential right now. Chaos Knight's got everybody beat, basically. His disables are top-notch, so very good for that. People saying PGG's Enigma is going to win this game, but I don't know, we'll see. Definitely not over yet. All comes down to the last couple picks. I think they're going to pick a hard carry. I don't think an anti-mage would really suit them, though, because Chaos Knight has a long duration disables and he does a lot of physical damage, which is exactly what anti-mage does not want to deal with. So, anti-mage is not going to be a capable hero against Chaos Knight. Absolutely a fact. They're taking a lot of time, 13 seconds left on the clock before they have to make their decision, and then... So we don't have to wait very long. 7 seconds in, it's done. They got to pick somebody. It's going to be a Shadow Demon, so they're going for kind of similar strat as what they did against Darer in the first round. They picked a lot of strong teamfight early heroes who are all countered by Black King Bar, basically. The only stuff that goes through BKB is Black Hole Disable and the slow from Sand King as well as Shadow Demon. So a couple slows there. Not a whole lot. A lot of stuff that's stopped by Magic Community. As the last pick from zNation is going to be a Shadow Shaman. That's going to be their second support. So they're going to be playing a support Shadow Shaman with a support Venomancer. Unless they do a support Windrunner. I'd be surprised, but it's possible, but I'd be very surprised. So I think we're going to see maybe, for this fact, Shadow Shaman as a support. Is it going to be Chaos Knight Shadow Shaman? They could tri-lane it. They could do like a... But the problem is they can't put Shadow Shaman against the Sand King Leshrac. They want to make sure that SS is able to grab farm. If he doesn't grab farm, he's in trouble. Night Stalker, the last pick out of Moscow 5, so they are able to grab their old Night Stalker pick that they like drafting. Vigos is going to play that hero. And this gives them a lot of really strong early to mid-game strength. After that point, they're going to have a little bit more trouble, but it's not like Chaos Knight is the hardest carry in the game. He does do crap loads of damage when his items are blinged out all the way, but he has trouble farming. It's not as easy for him to farm as an anti-mage, as a Morphling. So, around the middle of the game is where he peters off a little bit until he can get later into some really big tank and damage items. And I think, for now, Moscow 5 is going to be okay. Night Stalker is great against Windrunner, Venomancer, against Shadow Shaman. He's pretty strong against Darkseer as well. So I think as a whole, that Night Stalker pick really pulled Moscow 5's lineup together a lot. Someone wants Barathrum? Yeah, okay. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you that much.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You chatters. Alright, for the rating team, zNation, let's take a look at their flag. Thank you. Thank you for actually filling this out. Seriously, I wish more teams did this correctly. And they have flags. There's a little flag over here. Oh, cool. They like customize their flag and stuff. Somebody's been ripping at it. And Asian. zNation. It's a new team name, guys. zNation. Alright, for Team zNation, we have Stallion playing the Windrunner. We have zEduha playing Chaos Knight. We have playing the Shadow Shop. I'm sorry, guys, I don't speak, you don't understand that. Venomancer being played by Manifest, and we have ZZ. That's actually a really cool name, by the way, Manifest. That's smart. That's freaking smart. Smart name. So zNation playing with a lot of stand-ins, or their names are all just messed up. Stallioner, zEduha, I'm assuming is a regular ZZ, and I don't know the other two. Who knows? That is Team zNation, or zNation, whichever way you want to call them. And for Moscow 5, we have PGG playing the Enigma. Mid lane is going to be Admir playing the Sand King. Blood Angel on the left track. I'm zoomed in, sorry about that. SS playing Shadow Demon, very common for him. And no way, Vigas play Night Stalker? No freaking way. So there's those items. Tangos and regen on Windrunner. Darkseer is possibly going to the top lane. We'll see. He may just jungle, actually. He's only got one Tango, so a little inexpensive. They may just let the top lane go. That might be what we saw similar in the last game, where the team they just let the tower go down. So I think this is not a bad idea if they put a Darkseer jungle, put a Windrunner mid, and then a tri-lane bottom. It's going to be Chaos Knight trying to get kills. Shadow Shaman is currently just watching. And he's got 2 Tangos, 2 Clarity Potions. Looks like support items all around. So I think this is going to be a tri-lane to just absolutely destroy Enigma, I guess. Which is kind of a little overkill in some ways. But there's a DD up on Blood Angel. Now the mid lane is going to be pretty survivable. Now Windrunner has to be very careful. Wow, he grabbed Power Shot at level 1? What is he doing? He's up against a scary lane in the mid lane. I guess he doesn't have to worry as much. It's not like he's on a long lane solo, but I'm very surprised about that fact. No denies, but no last hits for Admir quite yet. Admir with a ton of regen himself, and even Leshrac sitting pretty well. Doesn't look like she got a last hit with that one. So a slight waste of her mana there. As SS is going to do a stack pull now. It's pulling those Mud Golems back, and it's going to spawn more Mud Golems. Mud Golems look really cool, I must say. Except, well, you can make jokes about them, for sure. As they scratch their head. Vigas going to get free farm on the top lane, which is going to provide to be a very scary thing in the mid game for zNation here. They have a lot of heroes that are pretty vulnerable to him as a hero. The silence is going to be a pain in the butt. And he's going to get free farm. No, we actually have a shift, so it looks like what Darkseer did is he picked up level 2 on a small camp, but now he immediately goes top. Interesting choice. So I haven't seen a team do this before, but it's actually pretty cool. You take off one camp at the 30-second mark, you kill the second camp, and then you hit level 2. So he picks up a level 2, now he has Surge as well as Iron Shell. The important distinction is that he does have Surge while still being able to farm. And now he goes to the top lane, only spending, actually didn't spend any Tangos at all, took about 200 damage from that. Kind of a cool little idea there, that's very smart. Gives them free farm for a bit, of course, but that's not a big deal. They're going to get the farm anyway, so at the very least you're not standing around. There's no threat of you dying for those first 2 levels, and maybe hypothetically you can make something happen mid. As Venomancer shifts mid now, level 1 with Poison Sting. Actually, doesn't even have Gale yet. 1 stun lands actually on Manifest. I really don't like the fact that he picked up no Gale. I think Poison Sting is great for harass. That is undeniable, but the opportunities that Gale provides are insane. So PGG actually just going to the jungle for now. Definitely a little aggressive, but think about it. He could be standing here and not getting XP, or he could just go into the jungle and do what Enigma does best, which is auto-attack creeps. So, not microing his Eidolons super well, as some of them are getting picked off, but one of them does survive. And this is still just level 1 Eidolons, so he's got to be careful. And there he picks up level 2, and he's got a stun now, so we're going to see more pulling from Shadow Shaman. Looks like he did an Ogre and an Alpha Wolf pull. Mud Golem's Reign of Terror has also ended over here in the jungle. And SS will pick those up. As he forces ZZ back off once again, 1 Sage's Mask is picked up, so more mana there. He's actually going to stack these waves. 1 level, oh, apparently Shadow Poison not doing quite as much as he thought it would. But Windrunner is picked up on Windrunner now. Still no Shackle Shot yet, but Venom does pick up his Gale, so he's absolutely set. So I love how it's like a Venom Fireball. Just a ball of Venom. Just, I don't know where it comes from. I mean, he shoots these little like poison dart things, but a ball of venom just flies out. Straight up venomous fireball. That's awesome. I mean, whatever, man. If that's how you evolve to attack people, go for it. It's totally normal. Chaos Knight leveling out Chaos Bolt as well as Reality Rift equally. He wants to get the cooldown down, the attack bonus down as well, or up, excuse me. Cooldown down, attack bonus up. So you can do as much damage as possible. If Enigma ever comes too far forward here, he's just absolutely screwed. So he's going to purchase a Ring of Regen, going to slowly go towards that Soul Ring if possible. He's trying to block to let the range creep go first. Smart play. If the range creep dies, it's going to make sure that the wave pushes towards Enigma, and sending the Eidolons once again on Shadow Shaman, as he has to play it very safe here. Mid lane, still no kills yet. No kills yet at all this game, actually, as we look for a Gale. It's going to land on Blood Angel. Only does about 70 damage or something like that. It's nothing major at all. So he's going to be okay with that. But it does slow by quite a bit, as you guys can see. Look at that movement speed reduction. And that was casted a long time ago, and he's still very, very slow. ZZ on the top lane, level 3 now. 2 levels of the Shell. As SS is going to try to pull again. We'll be able to grab a creep wave, I think, here. Unless they get actually aggroed on the creep wave. But yeah, they are actually. They're going to completely aggro on the wave, so SS getting unlucky. But it's going to spawn a new wave anyway, so he's okay with that one. And 2 levels of Soul Catcher now. Whoa, he's getting way past the Darkseer here. Throws 1 poison, but misses completely. There's the Soul Catcher. And missed the first blood completely. Slash Rat grabs Venomancer, but ZZ is also going to go down. What was he doing there? That was weird. He ran right past the Shadow Shaman. He got the easy Soul Catcher off, and at that point it's over. Admir almost dies, apparently. PGG shows up as Soliander goes to the high ground. So 2 kills for Moscow 5. First one on Windrunner, is that correct? Venomancer, actually. Venomancer the first hero to die, and immediately afterwards on the top lane, Darkseer drops. Being way too aggressive. Iron Shell very good against Vigos, though, as he is trying to farm this up. So decent damage output there. Going for Urn. Standard Night Stalker item build. And PGG continues his farm, going on a small camp instead, trying to pick up at least level 3. Kind of interesting to see such aggressive jungling here, but he knows that Shadow Shaman is just pulling, trying to get his own farm. Chaos Knight's trying to get his own farm as well. Treads are up on him as well. Lots of stats, +5 to everything. Not to mention the treads, of course, so. But the Radiant Ward does spot out PGG, and now they realize that he is actually jungling for sure. Are they going to gank him, though, is the question. I think they could, definitely. Here comes Shadow Shaman. He's going to spot vision of PGG. PGG now has to run away. He's going to run through the Tower of Vision. And Chaos Knight's going to be able to lead him off. He does not have boots, so he's in a lot of trouble. He's buying his items if possible. Throws a 4-second stun. Very lucky. It's a 1 in 3 chance of... Actually, 1 in 4 chance of that happening. Wow, easily killed. Venomancer gets the last hit. Really unlucky for PGG there, but I think he was dead no matter what. Even if that was like a... I mean, that could have been a 1-second stun. He could have gotten lucky. Same chance of that happening, and that's the power of Chaos Knight. You get unlucky, and it's like, oh, he just stunned me for 4 seconds when it could have been 1, and bad things happen. So, PGG is the 3rd kill of the game now. Admir still looking for an opportunity, but these guys are both low HP. They can't go in. They still have the stuns, but they don't have the regen. Darkseer level 4 now. And he's going to try to hold off the top lane. But PGG just switches. Going to try to take the top tower, I guess. They're going to have Vigos, which is Nighttime, Urn, and a Quelling Blade, and a Belt of Giant Strength now to get his HP up a slight amount. So, tower damage incoming. Creep Wave, gotta kill it. SS looking for kills. zNation, or ZZ actually. Disruption, perfect time. Soul Catcher as well. He's in so much trouble. And now his surge has been completely wasted. And they go for the dive. 1 Malefice goes down. More poison as well. 3 stacks. And just proc him, man. He's dead. He is dead. Spending a lot of time. Vigos gets stunned. He ends up surviving. Are you kidding? Oh, it's a level 1 poison. No wonder. And Vigos looks like he's not going to get the kill. Reality Rift at the right time in the TP support. And Vigos dies for nothing. Darkseer was not killed there. Just level 1 Shadow Poison does crap damage. 3 stacks. If that was level 4 Shadow Poison, yeah, easy kill. But not able to grab the Darkseer there. Great juking from him, and only 1 level of Malefice means 30 damage and 1 stun. And that's not a whole lot. Stolianer almost dies on the bot lane as Admir is looking for this kill, but does not grab his either. And it's 2-2 currently. So, game evening up a bit. So Darkseer TP's back to the top lane now. Soul Ring and a Stout Shield. Slightly more survivable now. Blood Angel being pinged. They assume he's over here. Manifest might just put a ward down. Wards actually have great vision during the nighttime even. I think they have equivalent day and night vision, I'm pretty sure. As we see Shackle, there's the Gale as well. Landing on Blood Angel. Power Shot lands. Taking big damage up, but Stun's going to get dodged by Manifest. He is going to survive this just fine. Are they going to kill whoever's mid? It's actually Admir scouting things out with his illusion, and instead, Chaos Knight will be fine. Chaos Knight going for a bottle this game. Just a slight adjustment in item build. You need something for mana on a Chaos Knight, and if you have treads up, this is actually one of the most cost-efficient ways. As long as you tread switch to agility when you use the bottle, and tread switch to int whenever you cast, Chaos Knight definitely has some mana problems, and this is a good way to relieve that. So, Sand King with another bottle up. It's going to be an invisibility this time, so he could start off a team fight. But on average, pretty good positioning from zNation so far. Shadow Shaman level 5, no ulti yet, but he's going to put a ward on the high ground, and that'll catch some roaming coming out of Vigos at least. Vigos still farming though, and he's not quite up to his treads just yet. Buys a TP scroll in case he needs a TP support, and he is going to go somewhere. It's going to be on the bot lane, so he wants to kill Chaos Knight. PGG still only has one level of Malefice. He's going to spawn Eidolon, so they're waiting for it. And he backed off all the way. Wow. I don't know if they saw Night Stalker TPing or what, but just a little bit of a little Ion Shell to push the wave. And Night Stalker finds a Shadow Shaman. He is absolutely dead. He's going to be able to Hex and maybe Shackle. Wow, Vigos actually backs off and not comfortable with that one. Pops his ulti and runs away going mid. Now Burrow Strike lands on the Venomancer. Follow-up stun's going to land. Manifest in a ton of trouble as the Edict comes through, and Night Stalker finishes off as the Gale lands on Nightmare. Just throwing that fireball of poison right before he gets picked off. Small engagement bottom. PGG is ganking. He pops up a salve as well. He's actually juking this quite well here. And Chaos Knight as well popping a bottle. Not tread switching though, so slight. Okay, there he goes. Finally switching. In treads. I guess it doesn't matter. His mana's full anyways. And there's the final bottle charge. Looking for the stun. There's the rift. Looking for the stun as well. 2-second stun. Could have been better, but the Gale lands. It's going to push Vigos back. He uses an urn as well, but he's going to die to the tower range. And that's the power of Chaos Knight, guys. Reality Rift as well as that stun is just so powerful. Burrow Strike is going to get the kill from Admir. And now a Hex from Shadow Shaman looking for the Shackle. Throws the nuke down first. More TP supports coming. Ward's getting the vision. There it is. Shackle on Admir. He's going to have a Burrow Strike. Sandstorm goes down first. Sentry Ward is placed. Some more disable from Manifest. He's going to have to Burrow Strike to victory, but I still think he's going to die. Yeah, one more hit. And there we go. Picks it off. Nice play by Manifest there. Had the Sentry Wards at the right spot and grabs a kill against the Sand King. 5-4 currently. Gold graph pretty close. 500 gold, nothing. EXP up and down, and this could still definitely go either way. Keep in mind, mid game though, Chaos Knight will be the stronger hero. Disables against Night Stalker are obviously good, as SS wants this kill here. There's the Soul Catcher, does land nuke as well. Great blocking from him, and now ZZ in a ton of trouble. One vacuum goes down, but this poison shatters for 80 damage. Shackle doesn't land on Vigos. And Venomancer mid. Maxing out them wards. If you guys are wondering why he hasn't picked up his ulti yet, it's because he can't really afford it in the mana. It's 200 mana to cast this. A Gale is 90, and that means that if he's in a team fight, he could only cast his ulti and one Gale and maybe 1 or 2 wards to be viable. So Blood Angel goes for... Actually, does not have phase. I thought he had phase, but it's just a DD rune. And this way you get your Plague Wards maxed out a little earlier. So I think this is the best build to go if you're playing a support here. If you have Arcane Boots, go for it. Grab your ulti at 6. But in this situation, it's not the best location. He's going to put the wards down, though, which is going to do a lot of tower damage. Leshrac will try to defend this, but the glyph is popped, so no damage being done for a bit. But this is a 3 versus 2. Actually, Admir showing up might actually Burrow Strike in on this. A couple more tower hits, but the tower's taking damage. They need to deny this tower if possible. It's going to be close. Does not get the last hit. Hex on Admir. Shackle lands as well. Gale's going through Power Shot, but they don't want to dive it. A little surprised. When I would have maybe gone for that, but I think they're worried about Night Stalker right now. Another disruption down on ZZ as the top tower falls, so trading towers equally there. The Night Stalker and the Shadow Team able to take the top tower, and the rest of the Radiant Team taking the mid. And Chaos Knight out of regen now. His bottle is empty. I think he's worried about dying. He's going to TV back to base, actually. Good timing on that one. Just as PGG was coming through for a gank. Still not level 6 yet, but that's the tough part about the long lane solo. It's usually a little behind.
Bottom tower is under
Now that his
attack.
bottle is full, he goes back to his lane, picks up a bracer as well, and a wand. Pretty healthy stats, so, yeah, 6 strength, 9 strength total, and 6 to everything else.
Radiant's bottom tower
Quality stuff. Bot tower taking a ton of damage, though. Edict level 4, actually. And he picked up his ulti quite early. Arcane Boots bottle. Very, very squishy item build on Leshrac, but it gives him lots of damage potential. So if he doesn't get picked off, it's going to be absolutely great and pay off, but if not, it's going to be too risky. Chaos Knight comes forward, though. They're going to find Admir, and they have a Sentry Ward down as well, looking for the Rift or the Stun or anything. There's a Burrow Strike on 3, gets Hex as well. Sandstorm, but he's still within the Sentry Ward range. The Chain Stun lands, and the the Split Earth actually lands on Seduo, but puts his ulti down. Couple nukes as well. Stallion in trouble. There's the Venom ulti landing down on a lot of heroes, and Blood Angel just may die. Reality Rift coming forward. Black Hole is casted, but did it catch anybody? What just happened there? I don't know. Malphus goes down on Chaos Knight. I thought it was Did he get interrupted? Shackle is going to land at least. Admir buying back, looking for Burst Strike, but out of range just slightly here. He can catch ZZ, maybe. Burst Strike will land on ZZ. That's going to interrupt a lot of his surge. But level 2 levels, he's going to do 1 vacuum at least. But Vigas out of mana completely. No earn charges. Shackle will not latch. Power Shot will. And a couple more hits. Is he going to die? 78 HP pops there. And oh, it gets interrupted by the Poison Sting. So a waste of 400 HP there. That's a lot of HP wasted. So things equaling up 8-8. Black hole from PGG stopped almost immediately. I don't know if somebody stunned that or if I missed something or what. Maybe it was a vacuum. Who knows? Didn't see it. And Shadow Demon is maxing out Shadow Poison this game. Despite playing a support role, he's got a lot of items. Bottle as well as an Arcane Boots wand and an Observer Ward. Doing quite well. 42 last hits up on him. 2 kills. Way more than you normally see out of a support hero. He was covering the Night Stalker top, but got a lot of neutral kills. And 2 hero kills as well. All good stuff. Taking the bottom tower as zNation wards his place down. Leshrac going to do the same mid, actually. Oh, I love this positioning. Able to take the tower. Can they? Yeah, they do get the last hit. No Reality Rift from the Chaos Knight. He's got 1 level of crit, and now Blood Angel is looking pretty dead. There's the power shot. There's the stun. 3-second stun. And he will have the Rift shortly. Mini stun and the Rift. Chaos Knight gets the last hit, showing the power of the hero. He's so good at chasing. I mean, stun every 10 seconds. Between 2 and 4 seconds disable. Reality Rift is 6-second cooldown. Pulls your opponent 700 range or so. And he's going to find that invisibility. Once again, not tread switching. So slight mistakes from Chaos Knight being made. Looks like Night Stalker going for a BKB. He's got that Ogre Club. And Suduha looking for another gank. No. Sandstorm. He can't even epicenter this. I just don't think it's possible. He actually Burrow Strike the creep wave. And 3 from zNation hanging out in the mid lane now. Okay, so there is a icon at all the lanes. Is there one bottom? I actually do not see one bottom. So I guess there's only one mid and on your hard lane, I suppose. Interesting. And this is how SS has been getting his farm, I guess. Smoking and grabbing Shadow Poison kills. We saw this, who was this, and Navi did it maybe? They did like a jungling Shadow Demon one game, that was pretty interesting. Does 400 damage for 4 stacks, that's pretty impressive. For 200 mana, yeah, that's really cost effective. Looks like he wants Night Stalker to grab the last hits on the rest of them. What a nice guy. Just gonna butter them up and take the biggest gold total, so what a nice guy. As BGG still trying to grab farm, he's level 8. There's Nighttime actually finds a Venomancer who puts the nuke down as well, but the Soul Catcher and the Void is so much damage. And he is super dead. Man, the damage output is gigantic. Poison damage is scary. Here, Hex going down wards as well. Admir almost getting caught. Blood Angel also running away. They're trying to get behind these guys, but now they're being chased. Surge comes forward, and the Shackle on Admir as he does pop the bottle as well, which is healing him through. The stun. Burrow Strike lands. The next stun comes through. Admir in trouble, and he is going to die. Power Shot grabs the last hit. And he rolls over in death. Another Malefice on Sudo. He's going to split off. PG in trouble. There's the Black Hole. It's going to catch him. This might be his death, and it is great. Black Hole from PG. Power Shot lands the last hit and needs a stun now as ZZ gets disabled. Urn coming forward, and more nukes and Darkseer drops despite it being daytime. Vigas still able to bring the fight continuously. And now to farm wards. Shackle on Vigas. Gale's Will. Power Shot. This could be his death here, taking a ton of damage, and Venomancer is able to put the Gale down. That made the big difference. Oh, big stun. Blood Angel wishes he had more mana. It's going to grab the Veno at least here. The Edict as well. This could be it for Blood Angel. Grabs 1 kill. Disruption by SS as well. They might get the triple kill. The ulti breaks and he gets it. Oh my god. Big play by Blood Angel. Throws the stun, the Edict, and the ulti. That was such good play. They grouped up, man. And as soon as they group up, bam. 300 AoE damage on 3 heroes. Edict as well, picking off those squishy heroes. And the ulti, Pulse Nova, 66 damage per second. It's actually very cost efficient in the early game, and he is really making his mana go far. Did he even get farming in his lane, or was that Sand King? I don't even know, but he is doing so well after that play. That was a big play, man. That is so good. So much fun to watch. Chaos Knight going for a drum next. Once again, trying to get his base HP up as high as possible, while still getting some mana in there. 520 mana pool. Drum of Endurance does give you 18 damage. But honestly, the nicest thing is just to give you all-around strong stats, increase your damage by a little bit, and also the movement speed increase can be also very, very useful. So we'll most likely see an armlet out of him next to really leverage as much damage as possible. He can carry pretty well, so armlet benefits him some damage output as well as attack speed and a lot of strength bonus, which directly goes towards his ulti. So when he ultis with that armlet, it gives his illusions a lot of damage as well. So now they're going to try to take a Roshan here. This is pretty early. Mech has already been used. Vigos comes through. Top tower goes down. So if they can take the Roshan for a tier 1, that's a pretty decent trade. Fairly equivalent gold. And another Malefice going down. And Roshan will finally fall pretty soon here. Blood Angel would have been the nice hero to have. Edict does tons of single target damage output. Man, if they lose a tier 2 and a tier 1, that is not going to be worth it at all. zNation probably realizes what's happening, but I don't think they really care. There's the Aegis. Night Stalker picks it up. They smoke immediately, going for the bot tower as well. So if they can trade the tier 1 and the Roshan, if they can get a tier 2 and a Roshan, it'll be a little bit better off for them. But looks like nobody gets caught. The Edict is doing the damage, and that's going to be it. So Moscow 5 grabs the tier 2. They lose their own tier 1 and tier 2, but they also get the Aegis up. And who bought it? Or who grabbed it? Blood Angel? No, actually. Vigos? Yes, it is going to be on Vigos. Still daytime, though. He's going to use his nighttime, though. Going in on the Chaos Knight. There's the slow as well as the fear, so he cannot cast spells. Ulti being used on Sedua as well. What the hell? He's got a Blink Dagger as a support Shadow Team? What is this game? Oh my gosh, 19-minute Blink Dagger on a support Shadow Team. I can't believe he pipes these. Ulti actually split it off. There's one disruption going down. Reality Rift is used. Vacuum as well. Vigos looks like he will lose his Aegis here. Last hit coming through. And there's the Aegis usage. Soul Catcher goes on. The primary hero actually, as we see another Malefice from PG. He's got ult in 6 seconds. But not at the right time. That would have been a great black hole to have, but nothing. zNation backs up. And Vigos picking off some more creeps, getting closer to his BKB. He needs 300, 400 gold. 400 gold and he will be there. Arcane Urn at the moment, and still pressuring forward. There's a blink, and Amir actually wants to kill. He's going to Burst Strike away, I think. That's a little weird. Vigos going to throw one nuke. Does not want to get shackled. Thinking about an epicenter, but he is taking creep damage, so this is going to reveal his opponent. There's the blink forward by SS, another Soul Catcher, but on an illusion instead. Venomancer, you in trouble. He pops his ulti. No Malefice yet. There's the epicenter. Burst Strike a little late, but they... Oh man, that epicenter did no damage. I thought Manifest was dead for sure. The shackle on 2. Perfect shackle. Vigos looks like he's dead. Wall of Replica goes down as SS about to run away. A pause as Enigma DCs. That's what happened. Oh man, Moscow 5 losing bad there. That was a big loss. That's why Enigma didn't Malefice. He disconnected. He was disconnecting from the game at the worst possible time. He was going to Malefice on Veno, and look where Veno is. Alive. In the back of the team fight, he was 100% dead. All they needed was a Malefice, and Veno was dead. He pops his ulti, and it just didn't come out. So, really unfortunate team set fight for Moscow 5. The wall went down. The wards went down as well, and I think they're in a lot of trouble here. ZZ is going to push forward. Shackle's on cooldown. It was just utilized for a very long duration, and Splitter's actually just about to run out on Chaos Knight. And as soon as that ends, Reality Rift, Chaos Bolt, maybe even a Drum Charge, and I think at least Shadow Demon is screwed here. So, not looking good for Moscow 5 in this team fight, all due to a random disconnect. Very, very unfortunate. He's already back to the tier 2 tower, so he's going to be late to get back into the team fight. Really rough. And now we get to listen to the wall. Alright, let's check a couple other things. Gold graph. 4K, almost, is that a 5K? Math time? 4.5K, looks like. No, 4.8. 4.8K gold advantage going to Moscow 5 at the moment, despite them being 14 to 13. Are they equal on towers? 1, 2, 3 plus a tier 2, 1, 2, 3 plus a tier 2. So they're actually out farming zNation quite hard. They have a Roshan advantage. They got a little gold there, but the primarity, is that a word? I don't think that's a word. The staple place that they got their EXP and gold advantage, or their gold advantage, is probably just from out farming them, last hitting, jungling, all that stuff. Especially SS, he was like stacking neutrals and stuff. He's like straight up jungling solo as a Shadow Demon. Okay, man. EXP advantage also heavily in their favor. So, well, last hits especially. How's that working out? 63 last hits for Windrunner, 4, 2, and 5, 75 on the Chaos Knight, 34 Shadow Shaman, 64 Darkseer, and 21 on the Venomancer. Dire Team, 56 on Enigma, 71 on Sand King, 47 on Leshrac, 74 Night Stalker, and 47 on Shadow Demon. So pretty average stuff, nothing super major. Man, this is going to be a bad team fight for Moscow 5. At least Shadow Demon is farmed as hell, dude. Getting to the Blink Dagger is the hard part. Once you have the Blink, it's not that big of a deal. But getting to the Blink Dagger is the hard part. He's going to be able to use this mobility for the rest of the game. That's going to be great for him. Come on, guys. It's kind of the middle of a team fight. This is like... If the pause screen was not up, this would be like a perfect... This would be just like a perfect image of Dota. It's like heroes team fighting. Like, look at all the abilities that you can see. It's perfect. It's like poison and wards and people running away and death and screaming and children crying, calling for their mothers. You know, just normal war stuff, right? Dead Night Stalker. zNation's still like, come on. He's reconnected. So we will be starting shortly, just probably trying to get him into everything. Skype or whatever they're using, Ventrilo, who knows. One is AFK. Is Night Stalker mid-death animation? He is not done dying yet. Alright, here comes the resume. Looking bad for Moscow 5. Wards come through. SS. Can you survive? Nope. Oh, Reality Rift. Power Strike gets the last hit, though. Admir going invisible. Burrow strikes through round 2. PG comes forward. He's going to Malfist. He's going to Black Hole it. Oh, he gets shackled. No, he's dead. He is so dead. He's not going to get it off. Chaos Knight almost getting killed as well, but Blood Angel running away so close to his Arcane. Actually, he pretty much does have his Bloodstone. Just needs to disassemble his Arcane Boots, but still being chased by all 5 of zNation. The stun, the Rift, the great Burrow Strike as well. Another stun. They grab Chaos Knight at least. Nice play by Blood Angel, making the most of him dying, and he does end up falling. So yeah, Bloodstone could have been up there, but his charges would have been gone anyways. And now immediately, zNation getting out of there. Effective play by them. Alright, Darkseer now level 11, so not quite at level 2 levels of Wall of Replica. I've seen a lot of Darkseers now normally do this, where they really feel like grabbing 2 surges is a necessity. There's too many abilities that actually stop your level 1 surge duration for most of the time, so getting that up to 4.5 seconds is important. Heroes like Shadow Demon, Crystal Maiden. What's another good example? Well, Nightmare from Bane Elemental is not a good example, but there's a lot of abilities that can just burn your surge duration that are very problematic. And Chaos Knight going forward, more last hits on him. Enigma and Admir are actually close by. They could fight this. They're thinking about it. PG is going to ping. He's got a Malefice and a Black Hole if things go really badly, and they have a Blink Dagger up on the Sand King. Is he just going to blink Epicenter? He might do it. I dare say just do the chain stun. They don't even have to epi it. Here it is. There's the first blink. Is he going to epi it? Nothing yet. Couple right clicks. Get some hits off. One ulti from Shadow Shaman and the Soul Catcher as well. Almost doing a lot of damage to SS, but they don't even have to use it. Wow. Easy kill there. Chaos Knight gets picked off so quickly. That was a Burrow Strike, a Malefice, and a Soul Catcher ulti from SS, who is now level 13 as a support Shadow Demon. Now they're going to try to take the tier 2 as well. Power Shot. Edict damage being done. PGD was looking for something. One vacuum, but nothing comes from it except for a couple tower hits. Mech is popped by PGD to heal them back up. And they could initiate at any time. So there's the Bloodstone finished on Blood Angel. Plague Ward's trying to slow down the push as well. Vigas looking for a dive. He's got a haster and slow goes down to Manifest. Stun's going to miss though. And all of them are past the tower. Blink dodging on the Gale, actually going immediately on the Shadow Shaman. He's going to put the wards down. He's in a lot of trouble, though. He's going to shackle before he gets killed, but I think Vigas will be able to stop this immediately. There's a couple more nukes. The vacuum goes down. And a TP on the low ground. He's still not dead. I can't believe he surges forward. Admir in trouble. Bottling up. He's going to TP out, but I think he's going to get killed by an auto take. He does! Oh, he should have kept running. I don't like his decision there. As Chaos Knight grabs the Night Stalker. 2 dead for the Dire team now. As Moscow 5 surely has to run away. SS gets caught. Probably very close to his blink and dies. 3 heroes dead for Moscow 5 now and not able to take the tower. They dove past that very heavily. And that was not worth it. I'm surprised. I didn't think they were going to dive so hard, and they just kept going for it. They weren't even able to grab the Shadow Shaman. Even with the blink down to the right. It's always... That's the scariest thing about fighting in a place like this. You're surrounded by towers. If anybody dies and comes back, zNation heroes can die, they can buy back. They'll constantly be behind you, and that's the scariest thing ever. So, way too aggressive out of Moscow 5 to dive past that tower, and just put them in a bad spot, and they got taken out. So, PGG will try to slow this down. Did use the Focus Fire, another TP. This could be Night Stalker, actually. This could be dangerous for these guys. So, Vigas comes forward. ZZ is going to not be his target. Goes on Manifest instead. Looks like a shackle. Not going to proc. First slow. Windrunner in trouble. Stun's going to land. One vacuum as well. Veno's going to put an ulti down on the important tankers, and Blood Angel may end up dying. There's the epicenter though. Windrunner drops. Might grab 2. Shadow Shaman very low. Blood Angel's still alive, and I'm so surprised about that. With that Veno ulti down. That was looking terrible for him. But they grabbed 3 kills actually. Was that all 3? Yeah, Vigas. Reality Rift top. Great disruption. Urn being used on Vigas. That's going to keep him alive. And now the ulti. Burrow Strike. Soul Catcher. Seduha, you are dead. And Moscow 5 makes a mistake and immediately comes right back and gets a 4-0 victory. Great teamfight engagement there. And zNation stayed too long in the mid. So, stayed too long in mid. Lost 4 heroes. All they had to do is back off a little earlier. Not get anybody caught. Or maybe not even force a teamfight. But they did. And they paid for that one heavily. Now, this could be a glyph at least. But the mid tower still will fall with Eidolon's catapult here. Lots of heroes. What is Shadow Demon going to build next? They already have a mech. Maybe a force. I would like a force staff actually. I think a force staff would be very smart. And Blood Angel up to 10 bloodstone charges now, 1700 gold. And Stallion, force staff, mech, arcane boots, very stacked. Great item choices. Wand and a bottle. Just so healthy. I mean, look at the survivability out of this. You can mech, you can bottle, you can wand, you can force staff. You have crap loads of mana. I love this item build. It looks awesome. Just makes me feel good. You know? You guys ever have that? You're just like, I don't know why, but a treads with a bracer and a wand just looks good. I don't know. That's what I get out of looking at Windrunner's items. Maybe I'm just a freak. That's probably it. 2 wards in kind of weird spots here mid. Possibly some misplace. I don't know. As Admir backs off 2k gold, whether he goes for a Veil or an Aghanim Scepter next, I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. Blinks up on Enigma though, and they are Team Blink right now. They have 1, 2, and 3 Blinks. Just 3. BKB on Night Stalker, he's pretty fast anyways. Tier 2 towers being pushed by zNation. They're trying to do a little forcing of gold advantage for them, and they will take it. So they're going to take this mid tower. Windrunner gets the destruction. No. Vacuum going down. Shadow Demon picks up a point booster actually. He's not going to make an Aghanim Scepter. There's no Aghanim's upgrade for Shadow Demon. He might make a Bloodstone. It's possible. Might be a Scotty. It's possible, but weird. I'm slightly confused about that one. And TP's going top actually. Manifest wants to hold down the tower as Seduha continues farming and going for a BKB next. So not going to make an Armlet, which means his carry potential is going to be much lessened. So, is this the right choice from zNation? I don't know. We'll see how that goes in the next 5-10 minutes when the teamfights continue. I mean, if he can finish his BKB, there's a lot of heroes that don't do any damage to him any longer, but he has had some trouble with Soul Catcher as well as some burst chain stuns. But it's still, I don't know. I don't know if a BKB is going to be the right choice. It'll keep him alive, but he won't do as much damage, which is sometimes the trade-off. More blinks again as ZZ runs into 2, throws the vacuum on Enigma Sand King, but scared. He's like, oh, God, that's an Enigma. Run away. And more blinks coming out of these guys. Going top now, and it's going to be Cast Knight again, getting slowed. There's Soul Catcher ulti, and the right clicks on him. He is going to get picked off. What is going on in this game, man? SS playing a beast Shadow Demon. I love the blink there. The mobility coming out of their team is ridiculous. 7, 2, and 4 on a support Shadow Demon. What? Support pulling jungling. He's going to go for it. There's the disruption. Windrunner caught. Soul Catcher as well. There's the Burrow Strike landing, doing so much damage, and she's picked off immediately despite Windrunner being on BKB pop, and Shadow Shaman is going to go down, I think. One more hit. Vigas almost letting it go, but she did die to Urn or poison damage or something. Shackle lands on Admir, but there's still 2 heroes dead, and I don't think they can follow up on him. Mech is popped to keep Admir healed up. And I think Moscow 5 will be able to take the tier 2 tower very easily here. Fleshrack also putting levels into laning. I'd love to see this. Went for Boots of Travel as well. So you can totally buy back and come into the team fight again. And Blood Angel going bottom now to continue the pressure. Gale's going to completely miss. The Fireball. Not fast enough velocity here. an invisibility rune in his bottom. They could use that to gank off, especially when you don't have any invisibility heroes. Usually they don't have dust or sentry set up. And Chaos Knight's still very far away from his BKB, but he keeps getting ganked. The Blink Daggers are really paying off for their mobility, able to pick him off. Soul Catcher, Burrow Strikes with follow-ups from Shadow Demon as well. Very strong stuff. And they want Roshan once again. Going to put the Aegis on Vigos most likely, so that he can die multiple times in a team fight. That'll be great for him. Pop the mech, and Eidolon's double stacked as well, but here comes the team fight. Admir goes invisible. He will be able to have perfect initiation. There's the BKB from Vigos. Sentry Ward goes down. They're going to be able to kill Admir before he gets his ulti off. He's going to get shackled as well, and a couple nukes. Power shot lands, and I think he's dead. Yes, he is. No ulti from him. Big mistake from Moscow 5 so far, but we see one here drop down. That's Chaos Knight again getting killed as PGG runs for his life. Disruption from SS taking a ton of illusion damage. And there's the pipe. Another nuke on him. Shackle lands. Power shot gets the kill. SS ends up dying. Buys back immediately as Vigos now running away. Pops his wand. Did Enigma die? Enigma did not die. 64 HP. Just normal stuff. He's thinking about fighting. He's got a mech. There's the blink game, looking for a black hole. Goes down, he gets killed immediately. Not able to catch a Shadow Shaman. Mistake there by PGG. Maybe should have waited for his mech first, but not able to survive. And Manifest running for his life. Vigos, can he juke you? Vigos wants to know. Shadow Shaman picks up the last hit. And will he save? No, he does not. Night Stalker drops Shackle on Admir. Another stun goes down. Windrunner drops. And Burrow Strike on the final hero. And M5 ends up winning the game. Winning the game, no. Winning the team fight. Night Stalker bought back. We saw Leshrac buyback, a lot of buybacks that team fight, but still okay. I mean, it's not like either team, they just want to win the team fights, basically. They lost Sand King, they lost Enigma, they lost Night Stalker, and they lost Shadow Shaman. So they lost pretty much everybody. I don't know if Leshrac died or not, but everybody else on his team died. We saw buybacks from Sand King, we saw buybacks from Night Stalker as well, so 2 buybacks at least. So despite it looking one-sided, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. They're going to be able to grab the Roshan, though, as a result of their buybacks. And 17 blood, oh my gosh. That is a crazy amount of regen per second on Leshrac for mana. So that'll be a great addition to his output every fight. 26 mana per second. That's covering, like, almost half of his Pulse Nova mana cost. That's amazing mana regen. And depending on what he gets next, it's going to be even better. Whether that's going to be a Lincoln Sphere, a Sheep Stick, a Black King Bar. It'll probably be a BKB next. He's 100 gold away from that, and he'll be buying it soon. So I'm pretty sure it'll be a BKB. He just spends his money, and there it is. BKB is up. It'll make a magic immune, so you can run in the middle of the team fight and won't take too much damage. Admir with a point booster next, so he's going for an Aghanim Scepter. Unfortunately for him, last time that Sentry Ward was very well placed. I guess they had that ward up. They must have seen him pick up the invisibility and go in biz, and they assumed, okay, he's in biz. They got the kill, so now they're pinging for the BKB on Leshrac. They realize what's going on there. And Night Stalker with a Skull Basher. Possibly going for an Aghanim Scepter. This is a pretty common Night Stalker build now. I've seen a lot more Bashers lately. If you have good attack speed, it actually pays off quite well. It gives you a 25% chance to stun for 1.4, which can make the difference in team fights. Extra stuns are always great, basically. I mean, can't underestimate them. Oh, Shadow Demon level 17. What is going on? It's insane. Trying to grab a kill on him, but he's just kind of stacking poisons up. Grabbing some last hits. As Moscow 5 continues to farm, Gold Graph 12k in their advantage. EXP Graph also very heavily in their advantage, so Moscow 5 is doing quite well. And Vigos farming top. No new items. Blood Angel pushes this out a bit. And right now zNation is trying to turtle, but look where they're farming. They're not farming. That's the important point. They're not getting a whole lot of farm. None of them are farming right now. All of Moscow 5 is farming. And this is where the gold advantage just keeps getting worse and worse for them. They took one creep wave here. They're going to stop one creep wave mid. And this is all they can really afford to do right now. Because they know that the Dire team has better team fight and they have better reach as well. They've got Black Hole, they've got Epicenter. He's got Aghanim Scepter up now, so he gets an extra 2 pulses. Up to 12 Scepter pulses and 80-second cooldown. Very low cooldown on the ulti. And Enigma also going for a Black King Bar himself. 1,000 gold in his bank. And another power shot as well. Doing some Eidolon damage. So this is what you do when you have the advantage. If you have the map control, you can basically farm like this. The other team, zNation, has to sit in their base. But as Moscow 5, they just go on the map and they farm. There are wards up spotting the Moscow 5 players out, but the best thing that we could see zNation do right now is maybe pop a smoke and then just jump on one of these guys. Like they just saw Night Stalker. I'm sorry, not Night Stalker. PGG. If they could actually initiate on him, it would be great. Initiate on the one hero who's by himself or the two heroes. If you do a 5v2, obviously that's an advantage. And they don't see the other heroes, but obviously they realize that there's other stuff going on. Shadow Demon buys a hood next. He's going for the pipe, I suppose. I don't know if anybody else has him. Doesn't look like it. So he's going to make a pipe this game. Lots of regen up on him. 9.9 mana per second, or HP per second. That'll be great against Venomancer. Even Shadow Shaman, and to a lesser extent, some of the other heroes. Wow, this Darkseer doesn't have anything, man. 3, 4, and 8? What is going on? He's got a pipe, he's got a sword, and he has 2,700 gold, which he hasn't spent yet. And I very much dislike it when players don't do this. If you have the gold, guys, and you don't spend it, it's equivalent to you not getting the last hits in the first place. And if you don't have it for the team fight, that's not good. Hypothetically speaking, you want all of your gold to be spent on items on your hero, because it gives you a better chance of winning. And obviously there's going to be like timings where you maybe are saving up for a, I don't know, a bloodstone or a heart or something, a major piece, and that's really when you want to strike your enemies usually. But I don't know what he's saving up for. 2,900 gold is a Darkseer. He could have a Vanguard, he could have some components of a Aghanim Scepter, and they're going for a gank, so Admir, is he going to be the one to get caught? It doesn't look like it. Cassian the Logard, there's the blink out from SS, and they're out of there. Trying to catch Admir as well, but once again, coming forward. Stun gets thrown, 4-second stun on him. He's in a lot of trouble. There's the Midnight Pulse, looking for the black hole. He blinks out, he says, no way, I am out of here. BKB on Seduha, and there's the ulti as well, reducing the attack speed of the Prime Hero, but the crits come through. Drops Shadow Demon, another 4-second stun on PGG, and the Epicenter comes through, but it's not doing enough damage. Vigas wants one kill, there's the black hole, and we will see Chaos Knight most likely die from this and lightning. Follow-up stun as well, and he goes down. Enigma blinks away. So far okay for Moscow 5. Blood Angel wants more kills though. Another vacuum goes down. Ulti is popped. And ZZ dodges it, but Manifest might end up dying. Lightning not able to grab it. He's close. Needs a Lightning. Gale's going to land, and his Surge just runs out. His black, or his haste that is. Slow goes down on ZZ. Another Burrow Strike. Follow-up stun on ZZ. He's going to drop with the Lightning. And a nice play from Moscow 5. Another buyback from Darkseer. That's why he's saving his cash. Wanted to buy back, could still spend a lot of it, but Lightning Vigas looks like he will die. Vacuum, Wall of Replica. Vigas still alive. He wants to take the tower, but not going to be able to do so. Can they defend him, though? Still a hero advantage. Silence goes down. Windrunner in trouble. Lightning lands down to 148 feet, but pops the mech and now running away. Malefice on ZZ. Another Burrow Strike on the Venomancer, and they might get this kill. It's going to be a ton of damage output. Pops the pipe, but it's not enough. Edict does enough damage. And Enigma actually dying to a Wall of Replica. Slight mistake by him. Yes. PG's like, oh, I just killed myself by running through the Wall of Replica. But they get the tower at least. No racks. Gale's going to throw. But only lands on creep as Sand King backs out. BKB still up on Chaos Knight. He has no new items since then. And Shadow Demon not close to his pipe. Well, he's semi-close. 900 gold away is not bad. Vigas actually going for a Helm of the Dominator here. Interesting choice. He may pick up a Satanic. I would actually love to see that. Sand King finds a DD. Satanic, a very badass icon, first of all. I mean, look at this. It's like a dude's jaw. It's like the top of his head. I don't even know what it is, but it's crazy looking. It's like this big, like reminds me of the sword in Soul Calibur, you know what I mean? That dude with the giant crazy sword that's all weird and stuff. It gives you a lot of strength, 25 strength, it gives you a ton of lifesteal, 25% base lifesteal is huge, and you can use it for bursts of 175% for 3.5 seconds. 175% lifesteal is insane. It's like a full heal when you're attacking a guy. So Satanic, very strong. On a Night Stalker, it's not a bad damage item, gives him plus 45, and additionally, he has been having some HP problems in some ways, so he's got the BKB up anyway, so he may just sit on the Helm of the Dominator, might not be going for a Satanic. I could just be talking up Vigas for an item that I would like to see, but either way, either a Satanic or a Abyssal Blade is what I'm expecting to see out of Night Stalker, so Trying to get a kill top. Blood Angel's going to pop his own BKB and throw in the stun. He's got an Aghanim Scepter as well. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's like, do I want to fight this? No, I'm just going to TP. He might be close. Makes it. No vacuum. Tried for the vacuum. Doesn't land it. Plate mail on Darkster, but his HP is still pretty darn low. Level 15. I'm surprised he doesn't have more. I guess I'm just used to point boosters or Vanguard, stuff like that. So, oh yeah, he got a range creep, guys. Vegas' range creep is gonna carry this game. I can tell you that for a fact. Look at this little guy. 33 damage, man. Didn't get a Frost Troll. Didn't grab a Centaur. Didn't grab an Elf Wolf. He wanted a frickin' range creep. Yes. Man, Vegas is the man. He is the man. This is it's an ability to Helm of the Dominator, by the way. If you don't know how that works, it's 300-second cooldown, which is, by the way, 6 minutes. He may just use this to stack creeps or something. I don't know. I really don't know what he's going to use it for. He should actually pull this back, but he's not checking his clock. And once again, zNation is still having to turtle this out, and gold is probably continuing. He had his 20k gold advantage. This is all map control, but look at the position in M5 right now. They're not even close to pressuring these lanes, but they don't realize that. Look at their vision. They can't see a whole lot. For all they know, Moscow 5 is smoked and ready to kill them, but they don't know. They don't know where they're at. Anyways, Aghanim Scepter increasing the damage output of the Pulse Nova, going up to 144 damage per burst. I think it's instead of what, 120 or something like that. It's a very minor increase, but it is helpful. And of course, Aghanim Scepter as a whole, lots of the stuff that Leshrac wants, which is HP, MP, and just all around stats. So huge mana pool now. I'd love to see him get a mana regen over time item next, maybe a Hex or a Shiva's. Well, Hex, Shiva's obviously, or Shiva's doesn't obviously give you mana regen per second, but it does increase your int level, which means your percent base mana regen is going to be more effective. So Bloodstone would be good for that. As he sells something, he's got something on the way. It's going to be a plate mail, so he is going for a Shiva's Guard. Great choice. Ooh, Blink goes from PGD. BKB on Vegas, actually, as he wants to maybe get a kill since he is out of position anyways. He runs away. PGD almost getting caught. Pops his own BKB instead. Finds a Venomancer, but no stun. PGD a little tunnel vision here. 4 second stun on Vegas, and Vegas looks pretty dead. There's the Seduha BKB and the stun. Dropping down those illusions, but Hex now by Blood Angel and the ulti from Manifest. Blood Angel in trouble. Pops his own BKB. Not taking poison damage anymore. Doesn't care about it. And there's the lighting. Picks off Shadow Shaman. Demon is trying to do something as well. Takes the 2 second stun. Seduha right-clicking. There's the Epicenter going down. The Windrunner trying to make some plays, but everybody is still pretty highly leveled. And wow, did he die? Yeah, Shadow Demon gets picked off. Another Reality Rift. Another stun on Seduha as well. Another Burrow Strike. 2 heroes caught with that one. Great Burrow Strike from Admir. And now Windrunner running for his life. Is Blood Angel going to get the kill? Trying to block him in. Shackle on Vegas. Power Shot is barely dodged there. And Vegas wants the kill. Comes back in. Everybody drops. 5 heroes are dead. There was a buyback from the Shadow Shaman, but surprisingly, Moscow 5 played that absolutely perfectly. And only lost 1 hero, I think, unless I'm crazy. Leshrac on a godlike streak. Blood Angel, seriously guys, he's one of the best Leshrac players in the game. He is amazing. He plays such a good Leshrac. Look at his farm, for God's sake. It is just insane. Buybacking coming from the Radiant team now. And that's Chaos Knight. No new items, still BKB. It's drawing down. 8 second duration. Moscow 5 wants a Rax despite being so low HP. Mech is popped again. No mana out of Enigma. But Eidolon's on the tower. SS goes forward, disables on top of somebody. It's going to be Chaos Knight, actually. There's a BKB for him. Pops ulti as well, reducing his attack speed, the auto attack. He does another Rift, but it doesn't matter. His attack speed is so low. There's the Veil. Are they going to get the kill? He does grab him. SS may still die to right clicks, and he is, I think. Oh my god, he's going to survive. Malefice makes the difference. Venomancer in trouble. There's the Epicenter, and Stallianer is going to drop. Oh my god, 72 HP. Wow, everybody's so close here. Venomancer drops, Vacuum goes down. And the rest of zNation backs off the stun. He wants this. Jeez, SS in the meantime was like, I'll just take your top racks. This will be fine. Just now getting the bot racks. Top racks is going down, and good game is called. Moscow 5 able to take the win against zNation here. Nicely played by them. Blood Angel played fantastic. 15-4 and 13. How about SS? How is he sitting? 8-5 and 14. Had a little bit more rough time in the middle of the game, but not doing too bad himself. Blood Angel taking a lot of damage due to the tower. As PGD gonna mech them up. Malefice there. So 2 Raxes are down, and PG, are you okay? No! Last hit got him. Rage buyback. He needed that. Boots of travel, do it. Do it. Yes. Shackle on Blood Angel, he may actually die. He does get picked off. That was a Shadow Shaman nuke, I didn't... Oh, that's why it glitched. He responds so fast because he had 32 Bloodstone charges. That's amazing. Might get Shadow Shaman, actually. The Veil damage helping out. Veno ulti. And he can't actually BKB this, so he's taking big damage output. Oh, wait. Oh, that was a Radiant Veil. Is that Veno Veil? It is. Awesome build out of Manifest. Really smart item build. Veil's actually great on a Venomancer. His Darkseer drops. You look at it this way. He buys back. That's his... no, he hasn't yet. Look at that. That was like a 17-second cooldown due to still having too many Bloodstone charges. But Venomancer's damage is all damage over time. Veil lasts for 20 seconds, and that is longer than Pulse Nova lasts. So Veil, a very strong Venomancer item. I would actually like to see more players grab it. Great item choice. Stacks well with your allies as well. And that is it. Mega Creeps go down, so Musco 5 going to be able to take the win here. Admir with the Divine Rapier, just normal stuff, you know. Oh, Black Hole for PGG. Oh. Almost effective. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Star Series Musco 5 versus zNation. My name's Purge. Go check out GosuGamers.net for all of your esports coverage. And my website, PurgeGamers.com. Feel free to watch my stream there if you want. Or, yeah, I have some forums and other stuff as well if you're interested in joining. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll be back in a second. We have a couple more games to watch today. And thanks for joining me. See you in a bit.